In 2023, every single real estate guru, wholesaler, educator, whatever in real estate, all said that wholesaling real estate was dead and you need to go buy this special. Every single person says that wholesaling's dead, go do this strategy instead. These are all marketing terms. What we want to tell you today is the harsh truth about wholesaling houses this year and in the following year, right? We're at a weird time of the year where things are heating up. A lot of things are changing and we got some massive changes coming on. And these are not bad changes. I think a lot of people see change as a bad thing when you know that your world in real estate is always a changing thing. When I think of change, I always look at opportunity. And this is what's currently going on in the wholesaling industry. And I have said it, Rick has said this a million times, but when you do not change, you will lose. When you do not change, it is not going to go well at all. So what I can tell you straight up right now is wholesaling real estate is well and alive. But there are some harsh truths about the changes going on in wholesaling real estate that you must understand and you must know right now. The harsh truth is everyone's going to tell you that wholesaling's dead. The only people that tell you that wholesaling's dead is either a realtor, kind of know how that's going on, or they're trying to sell you on some special course or some special thing on it. We're not going to get into that really at all because it's kind of stupid. But what I can tell you is fundamentally, the art of wholesaling houses has never been more alive. More people are going to get into it than ever, actually. And so that's another big change that's going to go on that we're going to talk about. But the truth is right now, wholesaling real estate is better and more alive than ever. There's more opportunities that are going to happen in 2024 that we've never seen before. And there's frankly in the wholesaling industry, more money to be made than ever. But there are some changes, right? And either you can go in a corner and cry about the changes or actually use that as an advantage and make money from these changes. The truth is most wholesalers are going to hear the changes, cry like a little baby, wah, 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 and just quit. But if you actually want to be able to make hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in wholesaling real estate, this is exactly what you need to start doing. And so we're super excited today to really break down exactly how you do this and how you get rich in wholesaling real estate. We're ready to go. So I'll tell you, you kind of saw the thumbnail. You're like, what's going on, right? Every guru, how many times have you seen it? Wholesaling is dead.
Actually, I saw this exact post right here on your screen in 2005 and 6.
I saw it yesterday.
And here's the one common denominator you'll find with everyone who posts that. They're usually a guru who has stopped wholesaling and they have a special program so you don't have to do what all the other wholesalers do. Guys, there's no secret in wholesaling. You just got to do it. It hasn't changed in 21 years since I've been here. Some of the way we get leads, some of the techniques, but for the most part, wholesaling is 100% alive. It is thriving and it does well. Anyone who tries to sell you the marketing gimmick that you don't have to compete with regular wholesalers. So who are you going to compete with? Like retail people? Like it's actually easier just to do the work in wholesaling and then instead of trying to do all these like quick fixes around it. Listen, it's hard work, but damn, is it rewarding. And I'm just telling you, everybody who puts out posts, just like you see on your screen, dig just a little bit past it. I promise you, there's a pitch coming to you. Maybe let's just say it how it is. Maybe they're just not cut out for wholesaling and they got to put a spin on it like a realtor or some crazy document. That's fine. Listen, when people show themselves, receive it. If they say wholesaling is dead, why would you ever take any advice from them? I'm just here to tell you, it's been around forever. It's been around hundreds of years before I do it. It'll be here hundreds of years after I'm here. And I'm just telling you, I'm so tired of this ridiculous post being posted.
And that's the truth. And so we're not here to funnel you into, actually we are here to funnel you into something. We're here to funnel you into freewholesaling.com, funnel you to learn wholesaling, then funnel you to send me a JV deal and I can make a quick $20,000. I make more money per student than any other guru out there because a student will send me a big wholesaling deal, we'll split it and I'll make 25, 30 grand. So just letting you know, like I'm here to funnel you guys for JV deals. It's pretty important because I want to be the best wholesaler out here. But the honest truth is you are going to be hit so many times out, wholesaling's dead, do blah, 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 blah. From people that just quit. I can tell everybody watching this, if you are broke right now, you have no money at all, you don't have any nickels to rub together. Unfortunately, me and Rick are the only people on the internet to teach you wholesaling completely from start to finish, absolutely for free. Every single time you get hit with wholesaling's dead, let me reveal the internet guru solution. I know how the internet gurus work. They all have the same strategy. They all go to the same masterminds. It's present a problem, create fear, and then sell the solution. That's how it always is. There's a lot of things in the world that's set up like that too. But the truth is, that's what it is. Okay. So number one, wholesaling is dead. It's terrible. But let me get you scared, and then boom, let me give you a solution to that issue. When the honest truth here is, if you're broke right now, you want to get rich in wholesaling, or you want to get rich in general, there's not one better option than wholesaling houses. It has changed my life. We have seen from hundreds of thousands of people that follow us, go to freewholesaling.com, all these things that's changed their lives. And I see it every single day from people sending me checks saying, thank you, Zach, me doing more wholesaling deals, you guys doing deals with me. That wholesaling real estate is legit and is the greatest thing. In 2024, it's better than ever. Let's play through the whole, is wholesaling real estate dead? It's easier than ever to get a wholesaling deal in 2024, 2023 than it is now. Let's kind of look at the other ones. Amazon FBA. Is it easier or worse? I know a lot of people, I ain't going to mention names, that wholesaling, like wholesalers, they ended up not working. And so they decided to start promoting Amazon stores, and they sold you a $20,000 Amazon store. And then 6 months later, Amazon shut the account down. Like, oops, sorry, not my problem. I sold the company, right? You see this happen all the time. So yeah, no, Amazon ain't going to be working anymore. Drop shipping, no, that has gotten worse. Forex trading, no. It's gotten worse.
It's an MLM now.
I can't say the word on YouTube, but TFNs. You can kind of flip. Selling little pictures on the internet. I learned the other day that how those work is you know how the blockchain, all that stuff works. Mm-hmm. You actually don't own the picture. You own a link. The blockchain just has a URL. Yeah. So if the URL doesn't go well, you don't own that. Crazy. So I ain't paying $90,000 for a little samurai picture on the internet. That trading ain't going to work anymore. You see time and time in the 7 years I've been in wholesaling, all these trends. They got Turo, you got Airbnb arbitrage, you got all these little side hustles and things to do. Mm-hmm. When the truth is, all those just have dissipated in the past 2 years.
Yeah, you actually have to work now.
There's only been one that has stood the ground, stood the test of time, and actually is being done by billion-dollar publicly traded corporations. That was wholesaling real estate. So whoever tells you that wholesaling real estate is dead, get out of there. I'm telling you, wholesaling, D.R. Horton wholesales houses. Everyone does this. The truth is wholesaling is not dead. You give me any other side hustle that you can leverage $100,000 with only working 15 hours a week, find it. I mean, there's only one I can think of, but I ain't going to mention it on here. It's like, really, if you want to go 15 hours a week and make a ton of money, it ain't going to be like, there's not much to do unless you're really good at like video games or something like that. Like it ain't going to work. And so I can tell you the only side hustle that's really legal that gets you rich is wholesaling houses right now. And if you're like me and you don't have a perfect face, or we don't look like supermodels and you just can't be like a supermodel, just posting pictures on Instagram, and you got to work with your brain, not with your body. Wholesaling houses is only one. And if you don't want to go to jail. And so that's the truth. Why do you think I'm so passionate about wholesaling real estate? For the vast majority of men and women out here, the only path really, if you don't want to slave 100 hours a week into something crazy, 15, 20 hours is wholesaling houses. It's not dead. There are changes that we need to know and talk about today. There are some harsh truths that you have to understand. But if you're willing to accept these hard truths, you'll be successful right now in wholesaling. That's what we want to talk about. We're so passionate about it. We're ready to go. Wholesaling real estate is not dead. It's sad I have to make this video. It is sad I'm the only wholesaler, you and I together on this channel, to actually teach wholesaling real estate for free. It is sad that we're the only person that can tell you this. I keep getting these ads popped up everywhere. Wholesaling's dead. Wholesaling's dead. Come on.
Guys, if they tell you and they show their true self, that's the easiest way to eliminate them. It's the oldest marketing trick in the book. And this is the part that's really screwed up wholesaling courses. It just wholesaling is dead. I remember looking at 2005. I'm like, how? And the reality is that guru decided they wanted to exit out of wholesaling and become a monster coach. And what better platform to do it? And to me, I think that's crazy. I think you can do both if you want to do. Actually, I think it's a requirement to do both, because if a person teaching you wholesaling doesn't actually wholesale, it's called a consultant or a guru coach. I'm just saying, guys, when people tell you it's dead, believe what they say and go find someone that believes in wholesaling, because if they're putting that on their advertising, they're telling you what their true intent is.
Exactly. So let's kind of get into this and talk. Wholesaling real estate is not dead. We need to learn some harsh truths, some things that are very uncomfortable, but I think we understand this first. I know I'm getting you excited, but I'm trying to not tamper it, but you have to accept a certain amount of frameworks if you actually want to become successful, I found. So wholesaling is not the same as it was when I started, but the opportunities are still there. And so personally for me, because I got way better at wholesaling, it's easier than ever for me to make money in wholesaling, right? For a beginner, it might be a little more difficult. It just changes, right? I just got way better than the vast majority of people that come in. So like, how hard is it to get in the NBA? Very difficult, right? But for Michael Jordan, he doesn't care if a new rookie comes in. He's going to whoop their butt. That's how it works. Larry Bird did not care about any new NBA players that came in. He still whooped all their butts. It wasn't because there's more people playing basketball by the time Larry Bird ended his career than started, right? Because it got more popular. He didn't care because he just got way better than the new people coming in. So in the next 2 or 3 years with TikTok wholesalers and everything, it's gonna be more wholesalers coming in. But if you can physically go out here and learn how to do it the right way, you'll be successful. And so what are some hard truths? Number one, I can get you guys motivated. I can get you knowledgeable about wholesaling real estate, but it's ultimately up to you to do the work. Let me repeat myself again. I can get you jacked up getting into wholesaling real estate, excited, happy, and pumped up, but you still have to do the work, okay? I can get anyone excited for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, but when you're into hour 4 of cold calling, that's when you really have to show up and do the work. And to kind of add on that, most people want knowledge or they want to know how to wholesale houses, but at the end of the day, they'll skim through freewholesaling.com. They'll skim through some of the videos. They won't hop on the one-on-ones. They wouldn't want to talk. They say they want to get into this business, and they say they'll do anything it takes to become successful to help feed their family and help their wife or mom or whatever. But they'll skip through some of the freewholesaling.com videos because they don't like it or it's a waste of my time. And they'll actively do things that I say not to do. And so one truth you have to understand is if you really want to commit to this business, you have to commit to a program to teach you how to do it. And I have a free program. I literally could sell for $7,000. Call it freewholesaling.com. It's the word wholesaling. I put the word free in front of it, freewholesaling.com. And it teaches you how to wholesale houses for free, cost $0, zero money at all. So I get a lot of people. I love doing one-on-ones. You know why I love doing one-on-ones?
Why?
Because people come up to these, hey, I'm struggling right now. It's so hard to get into wholesaling. Oh, I've been trying. Okay, well, what have you been doing? Oh, I've been cold calling. Literally, it's a little whiny voice. I've never heard a strong warrior in a book or movie talk in a whiny voice, right? They talk in assertive, confident voices. I should have been heard, hey, I'm working hard. I'm getting nowhere. I need help. No, it's not working. Okay, what's your script? Oh, I'm using this guru script, but I thought you went to freewholesaling. Yeah, I went through all of freewholesaling.com. Well, what's my script? Oh, I skipped that part. Do you understand how many calls I have like that? Wait, you said you went through the whole course and then you skipped the part of the course where it taught you how to wholesale and cold call? People lie to me on a daily basis on this show. It's crazy.
Hey, here's the shocker. The ones that actually make it in wholesaling, the ones that we work with through free wholesaling, they go through all the material multiple times and constantly refresh. Listen, this isn't like Cliff Notes. If you think you're just going to check out 2 marketing videos, a contract video on how to dispo, you don't want to do the work. And if you don't want to do the work, if you can't be honest with yourselves, don't come back and blow up on us like, I can't understand why I'm struggling. At some point, you're going to replace the words try, I should, I'm thinking about, he said, she said. Just replace them as, I must be successful in wholesaling.
It's crazy.
It's funny. You brush your teeth every morning. Why do you do it? Because it's a must.
I know.
It's not an option. And until you treat wholesaling just like that, it will always be your side hustle, your dream. It is real work. And when people tell you, I have a way you could skip wholesaling, run, because they're just going to get into your wallet, your purse, and they're going to suck the money out. And then they're going to leave you high and dry. And then guess what? You're going to come back to me and Zach and go, it didn't work out like I thought it was. See, because a lot of you guys pay those big fees. You think all your problems are solved. It's not. It's actually just begun. You're going to find out why they wouldn't share the course with you before. You ever notice that? No guru will share their course. Me and Zach give you it all in advance with not one dime.
It's free.
We don't hold back anything. It's been the same way, this way all the time. I'm just telling you guys, it would be easier just to do the work than trying to take every shortcut. And here's the reality. When you find a shortcut in wholesaling, the loop gets closed pretty quickly. And more people, I'm going to make a bold statement here. You guys are going to get upset with me. More people are trying to avoid doing traditional wholesaling because they think it's too hard to work. And they're spending all their efforts on trying to cheat the system, cheat their own family. In the end, if you don't do the work, the reality is if you're a lawyer and you don't practice on how to get your point across and how to sway a jury or convince the opposing party, you are going to get killed. Do you think juries just lawyers try to cut their way through it? I know a lot of them are sharksters, but the reality is if you want to be a good wholesaler, you're going to have to go through it. Stop trying to take every shortcut you can. It doesn't work. Ask everybody in this feed. If you put the work in and you actually commit yourself to it and you do the hard grind, your life within 6 months can change drastically. But it's up to you guys. Either you can make $1 million, you can make a million excuses. Everyone's got to pick one. You can't do both.
I see it all the time. And so it's like, just go through the whole course. I love Breaking Bad. That's one of my favorite TV shows ever. If you decided, Breaking Bad is 5 seasons. If you decided to watch season 1, then skip season 2, 3, and 4, and then try to watch season 5, you're gonna be so confused. But y'all think you can do that for wholesaling.com.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch the first season, the last season, skip all the stuff in between. What happened? You're gonna be I'm so confused. And you take a test on the show and you're like, oh, I don't know anything, right? Duh, right? And so that is kind of the point here, guys. You gotta go through the free course. Heck, I would never do this, but if I decided to sell that course for $500, $499, I think a lot more people, I wouldn't even have any questions about, oh, I skipped through it. No, you paid $500, you go through the whole thing. Charge you $1,000, you'd go through the whole thing. I could charge you $4,000. People will be buying it every day, but I give it out for free. And then some of y'all decide that you're just going to literally just stomp all over that gift I give to you, everyone. It's crazy. I don't understand it. Guys, go to the course. Another one here. Deals require smart, consistent work, not grind. I want everyone looking into getting wholesaling real estate to understand this fact. Okay. Deals require smart, consistent work, not grind. I think a lot of people feel like they're grinding. Yeah. Right. Like a man. Yeah. When you're really getting nowhere. Okay. It drives me crazy. A lot of people like to say they're doing stuff when it's just really all like, it's all talk. And so the best analogy I can give to you is, if you drive, let's say from Orlando to, no, let's do this. This is an easier analogy. From Vegas to Los Angeles. All right. It's about a 4-hour drive. That'd probably take you 3 days to walk, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, let's say that for example, right?
Okay.
Who's cooler? Oh, I spent 3 days grinding, bro, traveling, or I just drove 4 hours. You did the same work. The same goal was achieved. Except one person decided to use leverage, a car, to go drive it versus just walking 3 days in the desert to get to the destination. Does it sound cooler to walk? Yeah. I walked from Vegas to LA. That's cool. I just used a car. It sounds cooler, right?
Yeah, it does.
But it's like you're at the result is the same. You traveled. And so I think a lot of people, they like to say that they're grinding 70, 80 hours into wholesaling when honestly, if you did it smart and just did 15 hours, you'd get the same results. And you could probably, if you put 90 hours into that really smart result, you'd get 4x the type of results. And so I think a lot of wholesalers think they're gangsters grinding it out when you could just be working a lot smarter.
You mean they're busy?
They're just busy. They're busy. They're not doing work, and
Eagles
they're not
broke.
Busy's broke. And so a lot of people are working, but they're working dumb. Okay, I don't know why you guys are working so like grind when honestly you should be thinking about smarter ways to wholesale. And what do I mean by smarter ways to wholesale? Right? You got to think of like your competition. Right? The average wholesaler, if you do what the average person does, and so the way I look at it is like fishing. So if you're fishing in a pond and there's 30 different fishermen fishing in the same spot, it's gonna be a lot harder to catch a fish. There's more competition. When you could just go to a pond with the same amount of fish, there's just less fishermen there, and you end up in an hour catching more fish than you did 5 hours in like the crowded spot, right? Mm-hmm. And all you had to do is just do the step no time, like government lists, reverse drawing for dollars, arrest records, fire damage, like that type of list that no guru ever talks about besides us. You just get better results and you work less. It's a lot better. It's a net benefit for everyone. But if you want to go to PropStream, listari.com, and just pull a regular list without filtering it the right way, and just do it to do it, that's cool. That's great. You're going to be wasting a lot of money. Another thing about money, right? You should stop spending money and start paying attention. And what do I mean by this? I'm shocked by this. There's a lot of people that they'll buy a software. They'll just pay for all these things and just not pay any attention on how it works. They'll just buy it, right? And these are perpetual like students in wholesaling that they'll just buy whatever and not actually like learn how to use it or actually do the work. They feel like buying the software is just, I don't have to work. It just does it for me, right? Mm-hmm. It don't work like that. Just because you got a CRM doesn't mean it's going to follow up for it. Just because you got a texting service doesn't mean they're going to follow up or text the thing for you. Just because you got a dialer doesn't mean you're magically going to be a guaranteed success. These are tools. A lot of people spend money on Guru expecting to get results. I'm living proof. Because I'm giving you a $7,000 course doesn't mean you're instantly a success. I give you the free $7,000 course, but still you got to put the work in, right? Yeah. And so a lot of people, they're not paying attention to the stuff they're paying money. They just pay it. No thoughts. Just whoa. You have to actually, before you spend money, I would argue for most people, if you're broke, don't buy anything. I'm the only person on YouTube to say this, but if you have no money, don't go buy a $7,000 wholesaling program. You don't need PropStream. You don't need Batch. You don't need Deal Machine. You don't. If you have no money, why would you pay for any of the softwares? Your assets, your time. So use any of the free strategy we teach in freewholesaling.com. Now, I am an advocate for using softwares, tools, and things like that once you get your deal. Once you get that deal, sure, then reinvest it. I'm always the guy to say reinvest it. But if you have no money right now, why are you going to spend stuff on things you have no money for, right? The worst is we've had comments showing all the time, and I know this is true, and I have proof of it. I just don't show it. These gurus, their discovery calls, they're telling you they are showing you how to refinance your house to go pay for their program.
I always thought they just did the credit cards.
No, the credit cards, yeah. But they also say, oh, you don't have a credit card or you already maxed out your credit cards? Here's how to refinance your home.
I actually think it should be illegal to even
offer crazy?
Financing programs. And I think listen, if someone can't afford it, then they shouldn't. Like, listen, getting a guru program, if you're broke and trying to put food on your table, the last thing you do is run up your credit card. It's just going to make it 10 times worse. And after that, they'll never help you pay for it. They're going to tell you have to pay for it and you got to figure it out. So I've never wrapped my head, and that's been going on forever. It came predominant in the early 2000s. And actually I see them push it hard now more than ever. And the advent of the sales program where you realize the people on those phones are professional sales people and they get anywhere from 15 to 25% of whatever you pay them.
And so
that's why everything's marked up.
I agree. So I don't like talking to trolls too much, but I will humor myself with this one. No way you can do it for free without getting lucky.
Come on, I think how many years have we proved this?
I mean,
I know you don't watch this program much.
So I just
see this is the problem. So like whoever posted this, I'm not picking on you.
Well, let me.
But like if that's your mindset.
Well, can I show? We can talk about it, but let's just show. It's just like most of these people started wholesaling real estate
free,
and we haven't updated these testimonials at all.
It's unbelievable.
But like
wholesaling houses for real. Why don't you go over there and see the amount of people done it for free?
I mean,
hey, you know what? If you don't think you can do it for free, that's fine. Just go pay a guru. I commend you. I think you should go pay 10 grand.
No, but I'm like a lot of people don't understand this. Like all those people we taught for free, and we got so many more like that. But you have government lists, which are free. You have dialing, which is free. You can sell your deals for free. You have Podio, you have Google Voice, your skip tracings. It's all for free. No way. You already see all the testimonials and stuff we get on here. And so I know I don't like talking to these type of people. And I don't like talking to trolls like this and stuff like that. But I can tell you right now. Okay. So I'm just saying it's insane.
Like bank dupe. Here's the reality is if you don't believe you can do it free with 27 plus years information, I guarantee you if you paid a gal 10 grand, you still couldn't do it because your mind, you are so set that like you're stuck. You got to change it, man.
I'm
like
here to feed the trolls. Okay.
I am feeding them. I think it's funny.
Most of the people that get their first deal from us have done it without any money at all.
Correct.
And it's sad because we're the only people when you got no money, you can go show.
Don't ask me.
I'm just saying, just look at the proof.
Yeah.
Go to the proof and see it. So,
Chris just did it too.
So David did.
Oh. Would you all be interested in making a test for your training? Verify students are ready. Go to freewholesaling.com or go over to Wholesaling Houses for Real. The real test is, are you ready? Because people come with us with no experience at all.
Well, the test is you getting the check.
That's it. That's your test. If you want to pass it, go on over there. I would love to help you out.
Raquel says, I'm a witness. It's absolutely free. 2 closings under my belt since May. 3rd deals next week. Raquel, come on. Love to see that stuff. And so we show you proof all the time. We got so many people that we teach literally for free. Oh, who we got here? We got Danielle. Shout out to Danielle. Been wholesaling for 9 months and we are on deal 12. Haven't spent any money. Maybe a couple hundred on ads.
Yeah. Some of these comments, guys.
Shout out to my boy Quay. I got my first deal for free as well, guys. We can do the whole little testimonial thing, but why am I going to pop up testimony just to show you can do it for free? But here, go on the podcast, see all the podcasts we've done. I'm not here to oh, you did it. You go buy my crazy course. It's all for free. Just go to the free wholesaling course. It's all in there.
Somebody asked, why do you do this for free? I go, dude, why don't you just watch a few videos and you'll see why? Because me and Zach do things completely different than any other guru or wholesale. Why? Because they're all trained by the exact same people. So if you have a 90 to 95% failure ratio, why are you charging people up front? I want to go find the people that go to freewholesaling.com and actually take it seriously and actually do the work and they make it through. And so what do I create a legacy, and honestly, we create a program that actually works because I make my money off wholesaling. I don't make it off coaching. Do you know coaching is like 10x of wholesaling when they dial it in right? That's why you see all these people with these crazy programs. So what's in it for me? I'm sick of the same old system. And if you are too, check it out.
Okay, well, that's not right. I mean, JV deals,
That is wholesaling.
Yeah, I mean, we do it for wholesaling though.
Yeah, well, I know, but
so
like we get deals.
We do it for free, so we do more wholesaling deals.
Would you rather I show you what my program is? Don't charge you a dime. Never ask for your credit card. Come on here, do live masterminds, answer your questions, and give you an opportunity to work directly with us and split a deal 50-50. Dude, nobody even comes close to our program, dude. I want to help out as many people as I can, but you guys still have to do the work.
So I'm telling you, the funnel is to freewholesaling.com. So you should send me some JV deals so I can make 20 grand off of you, and then you make the other 20 grand. Easy, right? Ken, didn't spend any money, got 2 deals down, all for free, thanks to Rick and Zach and JVing. Shout there. Warren, my man. Hey, Zach, appreciate you, man. Closed roughly 250K this year and about to close 300K by the end of the year. Guys,
it's awesome.
But
guys like Warren they do the work, man. Like they take the program, they do it seriously. I would love to take all your guys' credit, but the reality is the people that take the most action are the winners in this. And they'll talk to any one of these people that have done deals. It's quite a journey. It's not like perfect.
But like I'd show you how to do it, but like I don't take the credit. I'll tell you the information's good, but like it's like, does Tyreek Hill's Pop Warner coach take all credit for his success?
He should.
No, right? Like, I mean, yeah, he taught you how to, this is football, this is the rules, but like, he's like the Pop Warner coach. Tyreek Hill did most of the work. So like, I don't like, I love to say, oh, Warren did it all because of me. And he learned from me, which is great. He had no money, is great. But like, Tyreek Hill's like Pop Warner coach. Like he did teach him the basics, but like he did the work. It's mostly you guys, right? You guys are the success, right? It's not that, it drives me crazy.
I need him to win a big game and take it over. Sorry.
No, but like
if Tyreek, you're watching, please.
I'm saying it's like you guys are the players. You guys are the ones actually going out here and getting all the glory. We'll coach you a little, but I ain't taking all the credit. It's all you guys.
It's you guys.
And so, but if someone comes, you can't learn for free. Get out of here. Get out of here. We'll show you all the time.
So it's that classic argument. People are like, is it the gurus that screw up the 90-95%? It's a big part of it. But the funny thing is when the gurus, all they do is blame the students. They didn't do the work. They weren't serious about it. Maybe you were attracted the wrong type of person. Maybe you made them an offer that was unrealistic. So both parties have to take responsibility. That's why we created freewholesaling.com. And honestly, I love to earn you guys' trust. I don't like obligate you to like ridiculous debt. And then our deal is to get you your first deal, your first 100 grand. And then ideally, we'd love to partner up with all you guys. Because once you learn the freewholesaling.com way, I know you know how to find deals. And once you start doing it, it just all of a sudden, once you figure it out, some people take a year, some people do it in a few months. Everybody's different markets. But when they get it, they get addicted to it and it changes their life.
Exactly. So I'm just telling you guys, we've taught more. There's not, I say this with the humblest intentions. There's not been one person, man or woman alive, that has shown more people how to get their first deal. And actually that person got their first deal more than me and Rick in. Not one person. We've taught more people how to get their first deal only because of one thing. I mean, our information's great, but we're the only people that teach it for free. And when you have hundreds of thousands of students in freewholesaling.com, you get so many deals being done from it that they all learn from me. And there's not one person on YouTube that has produced more first deals than us. Is that a bad thing? No. I tell you just straight up, like, you can't beat me on it.
And guys, understanding one of our main philosophies we teach you is we teach you to take responsibility for being accountable to yourself. So many people think, oh, I'm going to hire a coach and they're going to make me accountable. It won't work. It doesn't work. At some point, if you stop lying to yourself and actually do what you commit to and you honor it, it will change not only your business trajectory, it will change your entire family, your life, everything for the better. Because we all know how social media is. People are this way on air, then they're this way off, and everyone's sick of it. So me and Zach just want to be authentic. It's not about how many shows you get booked on, how many stages you speak on that you already paid to win to. It's how many people do you truly help at the end of the day. That's it. I don't need a press release. I don't need a TV show. I don't need any of that stuff for it. And the longer I do this, remember what I say, your kids do what? They watch what you do, they listen to what you say, but they're always going to put the weight on what you do. And that's where I put my money where my mouth is.
Everyone asks, like, what do you do? First of all, I want to be the best wholesaler of all time, do more deals than everyone else, which is pretty fun. I don't claim that title yet. We are working on sellmypaper.com. We are doing some things to expand the markets very, very, very largely in the next coming year, which is exciting because we're only a fraction of what we're doing in the JV deals.
It takes a lot of time and money.
I already told you, For most people, you'll be able to send me a deal and work with us and get this Flip Plus for free, even more. Hopefully by the next event, that's what we're looking forward to. But also on top of that too, it's all about who shows up to your funeral, right? And if I can teach as many people's lives and change their lives, they'll show up to my funeral more. That's kind of the point. So let's keep going. So what's some other harsh truths? Number one, not number one, this is number like 7, but government lists and cold calling works. Stop avoiding them. Cannot say this enough. A lot of you guys watching this right now know about government lists. You know about cold calling, but you're still avoiding it. What are you so scared of? For Halloween on this, I did a live stream on Halloween and I dressed up as the scariest thing possible.
It was scary.
I put on a suit jacket, and I pretended to be a guru. It was scary. You guys are acting like cold calling and government lists are me and gurus. If I see a guy in a suit, I get scared because I think of a guru. I get nightmares at night, right? Nightmare on Elm Street every night if I think about it. But government list and cold calling works. It will make you a better wholesaler. You don't have to work as hard. It's a little more tedious and it might be a little scary, but you have to stop avoiding them. For the vast majority of people, they try to do the easy way out. They try it, but it's hard. Duh, it's hard. Did I ever promise you that wholesaling was going to be easy? It's the easiest way to get rich without working 30 hours a week. It is the easiest way. It's the easiest way to become a millionaire. But because it's the easiest way to be a millionaire, it doesn't mean it's an easy thing. It's the easiest of the hard things to do to become a millionaire. But I'm just telling you guys straight up, you have to put the work in. That's what you got to do. And so stop avoiding these things. Next, you'll stay broke if you don't get uncomfortable. I don't know how many times I have to say this, how many ways I have to say this, but if you don't get uncomfortable, you will stay broke. If you stay comfortable what you do, if your entire wholesaling journey is you not being nervous, scared, or uncomfortable at all, there's no way to get rich. Every single rich wholesaler, every single person that gets to $1 million, every millionaire in wholesaling real estate all got massively uncomfortable. And if you're in a comfort zone right now, you have to get out of it. All right.
Yeah. It's the thing is the weirdest thing is when you go through your progressions, every stage is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like even when you get your first $1 million, you got so wildly uncomfortable, and then go to like $1 million to like 3, 4, and 5, you actually have to do it all over again. Bigger risks. And you're going to do things that you've never done before. And just by the nature of human beings, when you do something that you don't know the final outcome, you get uncomfortable. Like, listen, I'm telling you, I didn't know my final outcome. He didn't know my final outcome, but I knew what the result was if I stayed in my old job. And it was complete misery and me being complacent. And honestly, I'd rather have just lived on the streets at that point. I know that's extreme to say that, but it's the truth. So the problem is I had to do a 12, 13-year journey to make that decision. I wasn't brave enough. But honestly, I didn't understand. I didn't know how to do it. And do you think they teach any of this crap in school? Listen, your parents, they love you guys, but they're clueless. Like if you're taking financial advice from your parents and they're not at a level that they should be, you can still love them, but you're absolutely crazy to take their advice. I took their advice because I did like everybody else. You honor your parents. But the reality is sometimes you got to make your decisions. You just need to break that chain once in your family. People always talk about, hey, I was the first one to go to college. That's great. But I gotta be honest with you, the college thing's no longer a pedestal to step up on. So if you want to make that change, someone's going to get wildly uncomfortable. Here's the thing is you're not risking your health. I'm not telling you to sit outside in 120-degree temperature. You're just going to have to do things that make you uncomfortable, which means you don't know the final outcome and you're going to take a risk. Well, guess what? Life's risky. We're all here. We know the outcome. So you might as well put in your best effort.
I agree. So getting uncomfortable, you have to be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable with your offers to sellers. So that's another big thing. You have to be super uncomfortable with the offer you give to your seller.
In the United States, guys, right now, uncomfortable is very unpopular. Nobody wants their feelings hurt. Nobody wants to work too hard. It just drives me nuts. Not everybody. You guys are by far the exception. And so like when you deal with it with friends and families, you're like, are you crazy doing that wholesaling thing? Yeah. Now, are you crazy sitting around taking a regular job and like getting nothing back in life and working 40 hours a week on somebody else's dream other than yours? Guys, uncomfortable. It's unpopular in society. It's extremely popular in hard workers and entrepreneurs. You got to find a way to get there because everyone, for the most part, is going to try to teach you how to avoid it.
I'm telling you guys, get uncomfortable with your offers, get uncomfortable talking to sellers, get uncomfortable with your cold calling. I know I was super uncomfortable with my cold calling. I think a lot of you guys are. It drives me crazy. A lot of you guys will not cold call because it's scary to you. Duh, of course. Be uncomfortable by doing this business. Be uncomfortable with cold calling. Be uncomfortable talking to a seller, going to the appointment, making that offer. Whatever it is that's making you uncomfortable, you have to face that uncomfortability. And once you face that uncomfortability, you'll get way more wholesaling deals. I promise you this. You'll get a lot more wholesaling deals, right? Next one here. This is an important one. The right market is just as important as good marketing. I think a lot of wholesalers don't understand this harsh truth that I see a lot of people, they're in the wrong market and they're trying to wholesale and make it happen in Miami. And it's like, dude, I don't care how much grind you're putting in. To make money in Miami, it takes a special type of man or woman to be making. And there's a couple ones I know. I'll tell you, there's a lot of wholesalers that don't make it happen in Miami. It's a lot more that try it that fail. And so a lot of you guys will grind like crazy, have the perfect marketing, have everything set out, but you're just in the wrong market. I hate to tell you, right? You might have the most gourmet, perfect 5-star Michelin restaurant in like the middle of Kansas. And it's like the restaurant ain't going to do well because there's just not enough customers, right? You're in the wrong area. You put that in like New York City or something, yeah, sure, it'll do well. So a lot of you guys have like, you're doing everything the right way. You're just in the wrong market. And if you follow what we say in freewholesaling.com about making sure your average market, the ARV, the average is below 400, maybe 500, make sure the county's population is over 100,000, you'll do fine, you'll do good. But if you're in the wrong market, you got to be careful with this. And so I get a lot of wholesalers ask me questions. And follow the rules of freewholesaling.com, you'll be set up. Now, next uncomfortable truth. Nobody cares. Work harder. I've said this a lot, and I'll continue to keep saying this, but this is a mantra. It's not nice to say, but someone comes up to me and says, Zach, it's really hard to get into wholesaling. Nobody cares. Work harder. I feel for a lot of people in their situations, but yeah, I can be sympathetic. I can be empathetic. I can do all these things, but really the solution for most people is just to work harder and suck it up. I don't like to be like this macho crazy guy saying, oh, just suck it up. But like for most of you guys, you got to quit the excuses and just work harder. I'll be honest with you. I can care about everyone's situations, but the vast majority of people are not going to care. If you're a broker right now and you're in a bad situation, I feel for you, but like nobody's going to care. Your seller's not going to care. Your family probably most likely is not going to care. Your friends ain't going to care. No one's going to care about your situation. The only person that gets you out of the situation you're currently in right now is yourself. And money's going to help. Money cannot solve all things. I'll tell you that. What I can tell you is it does solve a lot of problems. And if you can just work harder, avoid the excuses, it will bring you in a more positive direction than just sitting and wallowing in your fear and in your issues. You just got to work harder. Nobody cared how much time I was working. Nobody cared about your job, your struggle. Nobody cared.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cared.
You're the only person that cares. And when you project it to everyone else, you just turn them off. Like, you know, that old saying is you never know what the struggle the person you're talking is going through. It's there for a reason. You're not supposed to know it. So when you just constantly dump on people, my mom's in the hospital and this, you're going to get, oh, that's terrible. They don't care. They're like, how are you going to help me out? And so remember, we all have internal struggles. It doesn't mean you go out and tell everybody everything wrong going in your life. Honestly, to me, it just drives me crazy. You're going to attract negative people by doing that, and you're building in your self-promoting excuses. So what you have to do is recognize it. And number two, you got to stop it. But you can't stop it until you recognize it. The reason most of you don't recognize it because it's an unconscious behavior. It's just automatic. You know how we breathe? Do you go like this? Okay, I got to breathe. Okay, I got to breathe again. Oh, I got to blink. It's automatic. And a lot of your programming is just so buried in you, you don't realize it. You want to do something freaky, dude. Take a journal and write down, like try an area of focus. So if you make excuses or you're a negative person, write down every time you do it, recognize it. It will jump out at you like a sore thumb. So many people say, listen, Zach, you don't even know what you're doing. They're right. You don't know it because it's automatic, like breathing and blinking your eyes. And if you can start reaching out, doing your marketing and making offers like you're doing your breathing and blinking, but it's going to take a lot of discipline and a lot of consistency. And until you do that, it won't be automatic. You're going to have to keep forcing yourself to do it. The ones that actually eventually get it, those are the ones that actually treat it just like blinking and breathing. So think about when you blink and breathe, and that's how you should be talking about your marketing and wholesaling. And then you got to go out and meet with people or do virtual appointments. And once you do it, Eric Thomas says, once you want wholesaling as bad as you just like breathing, then you get it. Now, you don't have to go drown yourself in the surf. I'm not telling you to do that. But the ones that get it, talk to the ones that are doing like 10 plus deals. Every one of them, like they are just like deeply enthralled into it. They are not doing this as a side hustle. So listen, replace your shoulds and your tries with must. I must. Your must get done. It is the top priority in your life. And until you label wholesaling as a must, it will always be an option to you. It's just true. You know, they tell you about like burn your ships. Listen, I'm not talking have you walk away your responsibilities, but you're going to have to take some risk to give your family truly what they deserve. And you were never meant to do a 9-to-5 job to work on somebody else's dream. Listen, I did it for 13 years, but my goal, if I can avoid anyone from like the 13-year struggle, I'm a happy dude. And I wish somebody grabbed me when I was a young man and said, dude, what are you doing? I'm doing exactly what my parents taught me what to do. Now, my parents, they taught me the fundamentals of how to be a man. Like there's no problem there, but I did not get the business lessons. And a lot of you like that are watching this, you kind of have the same thing. You're going to have to wake up. Do not wait 13 years like I did. So,
yeah. And so, okay.
That's a little deep.
But what I can tell you is just nobody does care. And if you're a tragic complainer, everyone cares about themselves, and most people are extremely selfish. And that's not a bad thing inherently. Everyone's kind of in their own, their own opportunities. They want what's best for them. Here's the truth. Because nobody cares, that means you shouldn't care either. So what is everyone going to think of me getting into wholesaling? At the end of the day, they're really not going to care. And the people that judge me for getting into wholesaling, all my friends, once I become a millionaire and all the great stuff that came with it, they're all like, yeah, I support you. It's crazy. Why I love that live event so much is if somebody popped up to that live event we had and they started complaining, I already knew what I was going to do. If I had one negative Nancy come to that event that we had, I don't think we did. No, we didn't have. You know what I do though?
Quite the opposite.
I put them in the back of my truck. We're going to drive to the hospice care. And I'm going to sit them down for 8 hours, and then they're coming back and they're going to have no complaints in life. I can tell everybody right now, if you are alive right now and you and your family are healthy, you should not make one complaint about you or your life or excuses. If you're a person that subconsciously makes excuses in your life, a lot of wholesalers watching this do, it is a subconscious thing that you can take out of your mind. Okay? A lot of people have these issues in their head. You can train your body and your mind to stop making excuses. Once you realize how grateful you are to be alive right now, you'll stop making the excuse of, wholesaling's so hard, cold calling's so difficult. It's not. I'll tell you, you have more time right now than every single person in a graveyard. So you should take that precious time you have and make it work for you and your family. But nobody cares about your issues. You just gotta, I'm not gonna tell you to suck it up or hide them, but you just gotta work. Stop the excuses. And it's something if you subconsciously can understand, you'll stop doing it. When I started out cold calling, I used to say a lot of ums and buts, a lot more than I do now. I still kind of do it, but still not. It is 90% gone. And was it because I had a mental illness of saying ums and buts? No, it was just a bad habit. And I subconsciously understood me saying those words, ums, buts, uhs, right? I got rid of those. It's because I subconsciously worked hard to get rid of that. You have to do the same thing with excuses in your life. Oh, it's so hot outside, so cold outside. Oh, it's so terrible. Better than being dead. Tell you that. So guys, nobody cares. Work harder. When people ask me how I'm doing, I always say every day above ground is an amazing day, because it truly is. Even if it's a bad day, still better than being dead. All right. This is a very important lesson for everyone. But for the people that talk to me, how do I get into wholesaling? I'm not doing well. If you're not making offers, you are not making money. Let me repeat myself here. If you are not making offers, you are not making money. And this is the one KPI in wholesaling real estate, the hard truth that you should understand going into wholesaling. If you are not making offers, you are not making money. I get people say, I did all this work. How many offers do you make? I made 10,000 cold calls. I don't care. How many offers did you make? When it really boils down to talking to somebody about if they're doing well or not, honestly, all I have to do is ask them how many offers are they making? Because the person that's not making offers are not doing well. It drives me crazy, but you have to make offers, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, that's our KPI. If I talk to my acquisitions agent, it's not how many follow-ups you make. It's how many offers were being made, how many contracts are signed, right? That's what it comes down to, right? Yeah. It's just part of the business, guys. You got to do it. I mean, if you're not doing it, you're not making money. And listen, if you chose wholesaling, you got to fight. And if you're not going to fight and you're not going to write offers, you're not going to make it. You just go back to your day job, and then you just got to stop complaining and accept it. So you have a decision. You can wait till you get backed into a corner, or you can be proactive and do it while you're young and before you're in debt. If I had the perfect world, I would have done a lot better like that, but I didn't. So I'm just, some of you guys talking to me right now, your stuff's backed up against the wall. You got mortgages, you got young kids. You're like, I can't change. Honestly, you have to change, dude. Like, you are not going to get any happier. Like, what's your sanity worth? How much money do you need to be? Listen, money is not a factor of being happy. It just gives you options. Yeah, some of the richest people in the world
aren't with us anymore because they decided to exit life because they weren't happy. So, money alone will not make you happy, but I'm here to tell you it will solve a lot of your problems because money can buy people to help you solve problems. It can help you bring in people to grow your business.
It can buy employees to help you. You can't buy people.
Buy employees. Like you don't have to wash your car anymore. You can stop like mowing your lawn. Guys, I did all that crap. I'm just telling you, man, like it won't make you happy, but it will give you some peace of mind back. And honestly, you guys know I got into wholesaling. I got in. I did like the money. I'm not going to lie to you, but my main thing was freedom of time. And if you're tired of doing everything for somebody else and not getting the accolades and like have no future, which seems to be the norm in corporate America, 70% of Americans hate their job. That's 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 watching this. If you have a job, you hate what you're doing and you're trying to find a way to get out of it. I know it. I was part of that stat. I think it's closer to like 85, but what do? You go to your boss, say, I don't like my job, and he reports it to like the US government. That's ridiculous. So
if you're not making offers, you're not making money. So how do I make more offers? That's what I get asked all the time. You got to do an upward spiral. So everyone knows the downward spiral, right?
That's an
Something
easy
bad
one.
happens, worse things happen. It's all upward spiral. So spirals don't care. It's all momentum, okay? If I push something big down a downward slope, momentum will bring it up. There's also momentum that brings you up, but that's kind of life. It's not gravity, right? It's like if gravity was reversed, right? Yeah. And so what I can tell you is start the upward spiral. And so it's your life right now is a ball, and you can push it up and push it down based on your actions. And where you're at in your life right now, we're talking financially, is always based on the actions and thoughts you've had in the past 12 months or longer, right? And so if I start doing things that are going to give me positive momentum in wholesaling, it will start a momentum shift up. But when you stop the momentum, it's going to go back to naturally in regular spot. And so an upward spiral, if you want to make more money, is start doing more marketing. When you start doing more marketing, kind of like a domino effect, you start getting more sellers, more contacts. More contacts equal more leads equal more appointments create more offers.
Yep.
And more offers, more signed contracts, more assignments, more checks at the end of the day for us to get rich in wholesaling real estate. And so how do you start the spiral? Marketing. That's how it all starts.
Yep.
Start doing